Episode 6 of Chicago PD Season 11 Review, Survival. Voit is still in control. After seeing Chicago PD Season 11 Episode 6, it's comforting to know that the show still has it, especially after a difficult season so far. Survival was a powerful hour, with a complete team, a compelling case, a glimpse at our courageous commander, Justin callbacks, and that poignant conclusion. Episode 6 of Season 11 of Chicago PD, Hitting Too Close. The hour's tone was quite different, and it was great to focus on Hank Voit in this way, barely mentioning his personal life, and only by mentioning how seriously he handled this case. I liked how, like Burgess in Chicago PD Season 11 Episode 3, Voit carried practically the whole hour by himself. Voit is the main character of this series, and someone who has often gone to the wayside and been neglected. Episode 6 of Season 11 of Chicago PD, Clearance Rate Tall. We haven't often seen the full squad in the bullpen or working on a case together, so it was a welcome change that they were able to do that while still portraying the complete team. With his noir style of investigating this case, they masterfully portrayed Hank Voit as the man who is constantly alone on an island. Voit was tasked with taking on the majority of the job, despite the fact that the team did its share and investigated every possibility. The montages showing Voit going through papers and video recordings, consuming coffee like it was a food group, and staying up late to make progress on the case were some of the greatest ones. Chapter 6 of Season 11 of Chicago Police, Vora's Chase Tall. Voit hasn't shown such a strong commitment to this case in a while. Hell, it's been as long as we've seen him acting this way towards anything. On this regard, despite the fact that many people have expressed dissatisfaction with Voigt's lack of screen time on his own show, the hour does a respectable job of addressing the issue by incorporating it into Voigt's persona and figuring out how to improve upon it. You're not alone yourself. I won't abandon you on your own. After her death, something inside of him shattered, and he's never been able to go back to that previous version of himself. Voit has turned into a much more withdrawn individual who is often unavailable to the team for two-way contact. He also exudes a strong sense of loneliness. Voit seemed to be emotionally distant in the Chicago PD Season 10 Episode 22 finale, even as she sipped her drink calmly. Voit has turned into a hollow shell of the man he once was, a guy who lives for his work alone. He is still in mourning over Justin's death, as we have witnessed several times. His participation this season has been fascinating because, while he has so much parental love to offer, he has nowhere to direct it. In almost every episode, he has found a little way to direct it towards his teammates. Tall, Kidnapped Adolescent Case, Chicago Police Season 11 Episode 6. We saw it with Haley when, in spite of his own brokenness, he went to her home after her awful day and tried to help her. We also saw it in relation to Adam Rusak's return to the group and how the shooting completely shocked him. These events suggest that despite Voit becoming more of a loner, he still loves passionately for his unit and clings to them in his own way, even with Torres, Atwater, and Burgess. Voigt's tendency to spend much of his free time at bars or with other people drinking also quietly draws attention to how lonely he is. When the barman showed him an old picture of Justin from his time working there, he was pleased in this particular case. Tall, in Season 11 Episode 6 of Chicago PD, Kevin leaves with caution. The Justin callback was enough to make anybody teary-eyed, and it was a great predictor of Voigt's mood for the remainder of the hour. The formula of unit members discovering murders and taking cases after hours has become stale in this series, but it didn't lessen the mystery surrounding this particular case. With the cat and the bloody snow from a trash in the alley, the crime scene was peculiar. But Voigt's attempt to look into this further is commendable. The startling video of Noah's kidnapping made you feel instantly sorry for the young guy, and Voit and I were taken on an emotional trip throughout the remainder of the case. Chapter 6 of Season 11 of Chicago Police, Burgess Gun Drawn Tall. The parents of Noah are repulsive. Voigt's account of his chat with these religious fanatics who believed their kid had wanted bad things to happen to him because he is homosexual was horrifying. If Noah wasn't a sympathetic victim from the beginning, he certainly gained one when we learned that Voit and the crew would be the only ones looking for and supporting this young kid. And then it turned out to be another one of those dirty, gloomy situations that had the vibe of something from Criminal Minds. A girl will be haunted by Noah's stapled open eyes for days to come. Chase for us. The poor boy had so much willpower, and considering his situation, it's amazing that he was able to make some kind of escape, even if it meant running into Voit and Haley Upton. He put up with such heinous, horrible things. There's a hole in the viewer's gut since we ended the hour without knowing the whole truth about what had happened to him. It was simple to speculate at first that if Jones, their drug-dealing person of interest, hadn't injured him out of hatred or homophobia, it may have occurred at the house or church where he was staying. The stapled wide eyes reminded me of conversion therapy and other repulsive efforts to deprogram the gay out of people, as if someone were forcing him to watch anything. Thank you for watching.